I was on vacation in the village. There were a lot of friends, even more things to do. In a word, I wasn't bored. Once, with all my honest company, I went for a walk, and not just a walk, but to a step lake. This lake has a fairly regular circular shape, so all the shores are clearly visible. And around the lake, dense, impassable thickets of 2-meter-high grass stretch for a kilometer, through which you can only follow a narrow path trodden by local residents. The picture is completed by a rusty railway tank lying on its side. God knows how it ended up in the steppe and lying in the middle of the thickets. Grabbing our bicycles and hastily packing clothes, towels, and food into our backpacks, our group moved towards the lake. The day turned out to be sunny and warm, ideal weather for a picnic. For half a day, all we did was swim and play ball in the water. I was just about to catch the pass, when suddenly my gaze fell on the wall of reeds on the opposite bank. And then something strange happened to me, anxiety, which instantly grew into a wave of chilling horror. I was ready to run away from this damn place. There was someone there in the reeds, someone boring into the backs of my friends with a hateful gaze. Slap. A huge rubber ball flew right between my hands and hit me right in the face. Unable to stand on my feet, I fell into the water. Spitting and snorting, not paying attention to the loud laughter, I feverishly peered into the reeds, trying to see what scared me so much. But the cheerful laughter of my friends made me forget about fear. Really, what could happen here? Nobody is afraid but me. We continued to have fun until the evening, and when it got dark, tired, and hungry, we went to that same cistern, climbed the remains of the stairs onto it, lit a fire from branches previously collected in the village, and began to devour provisions taken from home. The August night was just beginning, and there were already countless stars in the sky. There was no noise from the village or dogs, only the noise of the fire and the sounds made by the crickets. We told each other horror stories and shared plans for the rest of the summer. Suddenly our attention was attracted by a noise, as if someone was making their way through thick grass. Instinctively, we huddled together and looked at each other meaningfully. Maybe a group of neighborhood kids decided to join us or intimidate us. But this idea somehow didn't take root. Someone was walking, pushing the grass with his body, making it seem as if a wave was running across the dark green sea, as if from a large fish. Whoever it was, I was amazed at the speed with which he moved. In such thickets, even running, you can't accelerate more than 10 kilometers per hour. But this guy was literally flying. The bravest of us, Dima, decided to go down and deal with the jokers, but 8 pairs of hands immediately stopped this idea, dragging him into the very center of the circle. The stranger, meanwhile, described a circle around the tank and stopped at the stairs. Here Dima could not stand it. "Hey, who's fooling around there? Now I'm going to cry, I'll break my legs." The answer was silence. About 2 minutes later, a sound was heard as if someone was scraping against the body of the tank. We were seriously scared. No one remained silent any longer. "Hey, who's there? It's not funny." "We give up. We scared. Fools, we'll get off now. You'll definitely get it. That's enough for you. Better go." Fuck you. Even all our voices combined could not cover this up. A long howl echoed across the steppe, hanging somewhere under the stars. Something screamed incessantly, and in this scream there was so much anger and hatred that it sent a chill down my spine. We were so scared that we didn't even try to do anything, but just huddled together. Some, including me, tried to close their ears so as not to hear it. However, the vile sound made its way even through the plugged ears, gradually gaining height and involuntarily making me think of a circular saw. Suddenly, everything became quiet. There was silence all around. No one was eager to climb down and break their legs. Personally, I was simply numb with fear. I had no doubt that there was no man below, and so do the others. The first thought was to sit out until the morning. After all, the tank is a good shelter, but the guest could turn out to be a good jumper, and our fire was burning out. If we find ourselves in pitch darkness, we have zero chance. Something had to be done urgently. There was no point in running to the path. It was too far. We will get confused in the grass, and the animal will calmly catch us at this time. But there was a real chance to run to the water, grab the bikes, and take off. Everyone approved this idea. The question remained, how to get down. After all, this creature is on duty under the stairs, and it is impossible to jump from the other side to the ground. We will break all the bones. We decided to try a diversionary maneuver and began throwing our backpacks to the side. It seemed to work. A stream of grass moved towards the source of the noise. This was our chance. Now the walls of the tank separated us from the invisible nightmare. With the speed of lightning, we slid down the railing and one after another disappeared into the green sea. When I jumped off the last step, green tops immediately closed over me. Ignoring the sharp edges of the stems, I rushed as fast as I could after the others. Darkness, some holes, small animals running away from under your feet, and an animal somewhere behind. We no longer ran as a group, but dispersed in all directions. And then it dawned on me. The lake was on the other side. When we walked from the lake to the cistern, we had to go around it to get to the stairs. So now we were running into the floodplains. Deep, impassable swamps that stretched for a kilometer. From this thought, my legs gave way and I flopped to the ground. Guys, we're running in the wrong direction. Nobody answered me. For some time I heard their stomping and heavy breathing, and then everything became quiet. I was lying on the ground, unable to move. It seemed to me that if I moved from my place, something would immediately fall on me and bite me to death. However, no one jumped or sank their fangs into the throat. I tried to get up. There was darkness around me. The stars glittered indifferently from above. A scream was heard nearby. I didn't wait until I had to scream too, and rushed in the opposite direction. Forward, forward, forward. Suddenly the solid wall parted and retreated to the horizon. A fresh wind blew in my face. I don't know how, but I made it to the shore. In the distance, I noticed 7 receding rays from flashlights. It looks like 7 managed to get out. I saw 2 bicycles lying on the ground. It looks like there was someone else here besides me. I grabbed the bike, sat on it, and rushed to the village with all my strength. Subsequently, it turned out that the guys still heard my scream and turned back. Having reached the lake, they wanted to wait for Dima and me, but the fear turned out to be stronger. They pulled out the bikes for us, hoping we would get out. But Dima didn't get out. No, it wasn't torn apart. He died of hypothermia after sitting in the lake all night. There was an investigation, police inquiries, a noisy funeral. The whole village was searched for the creature, but nothing was found. Some people didn't seem to believe us at all. But we know. What made our friend sit in icy water until the morning is still alive.